How is it going today? Well, let's see, my name's Dwayne.
My name's Jasmine.
We're Dwayne N Jazz. Today we have for you Scarlet Witch VS Zatanna. Did I even say that right? Zatanna?
I say Zatanna.
You know, DC versus Marvel. We got finished watching Young Justice.
We got finished watching a lot of stuff. We've
There's
been
a lot.
outside.
We've been outside. You see this tan?
Yeah.
You see this tan? That's got a good old tan. Anyway, we're gonna get to the video.
So, I'm sorry.
Right. If you guys have watched, please follow social media in the link in the description below. Don't forget to
subscribe
and like the video. Let's dive on in.
The Scarlet Witch, Marvel's Crimson Queen of Chaos.
The baddest bee in Marvel.
DC's magnificent mistress of magic.
There are those who wield the mystic arts like gods to reshape
I like both of them.
creation to their
They're both dope.
And there are those who just like to put on a hell of a show. Either way, don't mess with them if you know what's good for you. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a
death battle. Let's go.
see.
Scarlet Witch is very powerful. I don't know.
Both
we may
are.
drift day by
Well,
day
no,
in a
actually, I
world
think
seemingly
Scarlet might win.
concrete
Now
and
think about it.
eternal.
Yeah.
The fabric of reality is in fact more delicate than we might dare to wonder. Imagine every single iota of it, every star, galaxy, universe,
Can't wait for
all
that
within
part
the
two
grasp
to come
of a
out.
I
single
know.
mortal woman to control at her whim. Imagine the danger we're all in if you piss her off.
Yep.
We don't have to, because her name is Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch. As a kid, she and her brother Pietro were poor Romani, who were lucky enough to be turned into super-powered freaks by the High Evolutionary.
Yep.
Unable to control her apparently new magical abilities, it wasn't long before Wanda lost control and was branded.
Wait. Not Magneto's daughter? Surprise? Not a mutant surprise? I think in different iterations. Because I'm like, aren't they both? I think in a different iteration they're both, but I don't think the main storyline they are.
Yeah, because like even in the MCU, like that doesn't match like what
Oh yeah,
this
yeah,
was.
no.
That's what I'm saying. It's just go with it.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
guys. You guys comment below. You know, we can talk about that one. Okay, let's go.
Well, who would show up but the mutant master of magnetism himself, Magneto? Definitely giving off some big dad energy there.
So, to return Magneto's kindness, she and Pietro joined his Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. Great name there.
Brotherhood
Magneto,
of
solid
Evil
branding.
Mutants.
And it wasn't long before
That's-
she traded her supervillain creds for a membership with the Avengers, which might have been a bit too much for poor Wanda because she definitely drew the superpower short stick.
By waving her hands, Wanda could create small random events known as hexes, subtly altering the probability of any event happening.
That's a cool way of saying she could do like one magic-y thing per fight and then be totally useless. An energy blast
That
here,
vision?
some telekinesis there, a force field if she's feeling frisky. Not exactly the same oomph as, say, the God of Thunder or the Jolly Green Worldbreaker.
But something strange was happening. Over time, her hexes increased in breadth and power, as if there was more to Wanda's powers than met the eye. She learned to slow and stop time, drain and absorb energy, duplicate herself and others, teleport to different dimensions, and even strip others of their powers entirely.
It's almost as if there was more to Wanda than just being
Look
some
at that.
random science experiment. Let's ask our resident expert on the deepest trenches of character history. Jocelyn, if you will.
In reality, Wanda's powers weren't entirely the result
her
of the
turn into
High
Scarlet.
Evolutionary, nor was she the mutant daughter of Magneto, as he's claimed. Her powers weren't just some simple hexes. She might as well have been a god. Until now, she had merely been dipping her toes into the vast ocean known as chaos magic. Though her powers may have seemed to be the byproduct of science, they were in reality the gift of the Lovecraftian elder god Cthon, who attempted to turn Wanda into his future vessel.
Reminds me of my summers by the sea with old Uncle Yogg-Sothoth.
In time, Wanda discovered she could alter the probability of anything she could think of, turning a mathematical impossibility into an absolute certainty, and vice versa. Wanda's powers kept growing and growing, turning her into a being strong enough to rival even the mightiest of gods. Like, literally, Wanda's chaos magic is counterpart to the Phoenix Force, the embodiment of cosmic order.
Yeah.
You know, that fiery space chicken that can destroy the universe?
Yep.
Wanda fought it, and even briefly erased it from existence.
Wow.
At her height, the Scarlet Witch achieved total control
Said,
over
what
energy,
bird?
the weather, the elements, your mind, your body, your soul, all of time, all of matter, and all of reality. She can wipe you from existence with a thought and rend the very fabric of the universe as though it were tissue paper.
She isn't even limited to chaos magic either. They might not have been what made her a god, but the High Evolutionary's experiments did make her more receptive to channeling magical energy. Oh, maybe that's why Mama Boomstick always warned me about redheads.
She's so receptive, in fact, that Wanda is the lone Nexus being of the 616 reality, a focal point for the universe's magical energies, and one that belongs equally to all other timelines.
It's no wonder she was considered a candidate for Sorcerer Supreme. I mean, shit, why wasn't she? She might as well be a walking, talking Infinity Gauntlet.
Well, she may have the power of a god, but she's still stuck with a human's body that can be overpowered by physically stronger foes. Though, she also survived being shot with a black matter bullet capable of, and I quote, world-shattering energy. So there's that.
She does technically need to be able to think of a spell in order to get it to happen, so she could theoretically be blitzed, but she's also blocked Thor's galaxy-crossing hammer, kept up with dudes like X-Man who can fight within plank time, and even amp her own speed beyond the concept of speed herself.
Despite being far and away the mightiest among Earth's mightiest heroes, Wanda resented the pressure of her
defeated Magneto, Dormammu,
She actually
Red
wanted
Onslaught.
a quiet life as a wife and a mother.
But because no one
All
in
she
comics is
wants.
allowed to have a happily ever after, that life was taken from her by literal Satan. Not the last time he do this too. Wanda snapped and she took the multiverse with her.
By tapping into an inconceivable and unknowable pool of energy known as the Life Force, Wanda rewrote all of reality, creating a new universe where life was just how she wanted it.
No matter whose lives she had to change, in this House of M, she had her family back, but at the cost of her sanity.
And it wasn't long before it all came crashing down around her. Once her family and friends discovered the lie of their new lives and turned against her, she uttered 3 fateful words and erased nearly all of mutant kind.
I remember that. No more mutants. Yep.
Wanda weaved her magic throughout all of existence, created cracks across reality which spread throughout the Omniverse, and threatened to annihilate all of creation, the entirety of Marvel's infinite cosmology. Everything that ever was.
Shit got dark, and while Wanda has worked to keep her powers in check since then, that threat is always there. But honestly, that sounds more like a problem for anyone who's stupid enough to get in her way.
Both a blessing and a curse, a help and a hex. Such is the true power of the Scarlet Witch.
Queen.
So I don't know how
Zatanna's see the Zatanna Zatanna. For never was there a greater professor of prestidigital performance.
AKA magic! Except
I just loved her outfit.
Magic outfit,
they're the real deal. So
I was never a big fan, but I just liked her outfit.
She learned everything she knew from her father, Giovanni Zattara, who put his powers to good use as one of DC's very first.
Yep, alongside
No
Dr.
joke,
Fate.
he's the guy who taught Batman everything he knows about escape artistry. He debuted the same issue as Superman, and the young Zatanna was more than happy to serve as his assistant, learning everything he knew about the cutthroat world of entertainment. Oh, and game shit too, but the former is way worse.
She inherited her father's incredible mystical abilities as well. Essentially, anything Zatanna thinks of, she can make real. And she focuses this absurdly powerful ability by speaking her desired effect backwards. Her father based this technique on the diaries of Leonardo da Vinci, who some theorize wrote backwards in order to hide his ideas from the repressive medieval Catholic Church.
Wow.
Because he was left-handed.
That's another theory, if you hate fun.
And Zatanna's apparently big-brained enough that she has no problem speaking backwards at the drop of a hat. Like when this one dude kept reversing time in the middle of her sentences. She started speaking in palindromes so that she'd still be speaking backwards no matter what. I mean, you know what they say with, go hang a salami, I'm a lasagna hug.
With her magic, Zatanna has bent the laws of reality to her whims.
Look at that.
She's transmuted matter on an atomic level, teleported across dimensions, commanded the elements, turned invisible, removed powers, cast illusions, read and controlled minds, traveled through and stopped time, and can even wipe people from existence with a single word.
I didn't know she was this powerful.
Obvious from that hokey magic castle, but Zatanna is one of the most powerful sorcerers in DC. Like the time she battled the Time Tailor Zor, an old enemy of the Spectre. You know, the angel of God's divine wrath.
In order to defeat an opponent of such unimaginable power, Zatanna focused her magical might into shattering the boundaries of reality. She reached out beyond the very comic panels themselves and pulled Zor's entire magical universe down around him. She literally handled all of reality like it was a sheet of paper and crumpled it in her hands.
That might seem completely
That's
incomprehensibly
crazy.
impossible to us, but it's all a matter of belief. Literally. As long as Zatanna believes she can do something with her magic, she'll do it.
As she puts it, her magic is essentially asserting one reality, then replacing it with another. This is similar to other magical characters like Dr. Fate and Green Lantern, whose powers have been stated to work the exact same way.
Yep.
But it's not like any rando can do magic by wishing on a star. Zatanna is genetically predisposed to this kind of magical reality warping. Her mom was in actuality a Homo Magi, a subrace of humans that are naturally adept at magic.
So it's no wonder that Zatanna
Set
became
up
an
for
invaluable
success.
member of both the Justice League of America and Justice League Dark.
Yep.
The Shadow the Hedgehog version, basically.
Zatanna harnessed an entire year's worth of sunlight into a single energy blast, created ruptures across all of space and time throughout the DC multiverse, and has even claimed she's as powerful as Superman himself.
Oh, stop playing.
Pre-Crisis Superman, in case you were wondering.
Oh, okay.
Her only limit is her imagination and will. In fact, her backward speaking is mostly a stagecraft tradition meant to boost her concentration.
In a pinch, she can cast a spell with a single thud, and I doubt anyone's winning a quick draw with her. She's matched superheroes like Martian Manhunter, who scanned every mind on Earth in a Planck instant. Or how about Dr. Fate, whose magic traveled across the universe at the completely immeasurable velocity of God.
Zatanna has fought off
Velocity of
countless
God.
reality
How do you
shattering threats
measure
like
that?
the Eldritch
You can't.
Upside Down,
It was like, just velocity
Put
of
it in
God.
there.
and the void beyond creation, Pralaya.
This shadow goop lady ate all of DC Comics, all of creation, everything. God, demons, rabbits, and spandex, everything. And Zatanna's magic was strong enough to hold her back.
And then, after secretly implanting Swamp Thing inside Pralaya, she weaved a spell within him to literally regrow all of reality back in seconds.
Right, I was like, I'm Groot.
Blew her ass up from the inside with a whole new omniverse.
bring it back.
Abracadabra.
Such is the almighty power of Zatanna's will. Should it falter though, or should her focus be disrupted, it could all come crashing down like a house of cards. Belief is a fragile thing after all, and her powers were weakened for a time after she lost belief in herself.
And she's definitely got one big weak point. She's a huge daddy's girl.
How about her
Despite
dad?
her
Yeah.
amazing career, she has struggled within herself to live up to her father's legacy, especially after his heroic death.
And this MFer has died a lot of times. So Z's therapy can't be cheap. Especially after dating John Constantine.
Oh,
I
Lord.
can just
Yep.
smell the lager and self-loathing from here. No, wait, that's me.
Questionable romance
Longer.
aside, Zatanna is a consummate professional raised on one singular principle. The show must go on, and she'll always finish strong with a standing ovation.
So who do you have?
Scarlet.
Of course, you always choose the more powerful character. I didn't notice that. You never picked the underdog for real.
Yes, I do. I choose the ones I know more. And I know Scarlet more.
Zatanna, please show Jasmine up.
Okay.
Thank you.
He didn't even know her that much.
Hey! When I was watching Young Justice,
She said she a baddie. That's what she said.
oh baddie. Uh-oh.
Ta-da! You, what sort of two-bit sorceress do you think you are?
Oh, I like to have the accent.
Yeah.
Perhaps, Miss Yes! Perhaps I was being generous.
Oh, not looking too good so far. Let me stop.
All part of the show, folks.
No, it ain't. Ooh, nice. Get a little rabbit.
Oh, little rabbit. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, right? She pulled a stand.
Right.
An avenger.
Uh-oh.
Oh, the hole.
The hole.
Ooh.
Okay.
I didn't know we was gonna have Superman versus the Hulk in this house.
go Batman.
Oh, Wonder Woman and Thor.
Thor.
Do you know the difference between you and I?
Uh-oh.
Power!
Uh-oh.
Well, I think the difference is gravitation. And I know a trick when I see one.
Talk that talk. Oh, did she just grab us?
Universes.
Oh, wow.
Can't run forever. Now make like a magician and disappear.
Just throw a universe at her?
Juggling the universes. Oh my god. That sounded. Ooh. She says no more Zatanna, I think.
Yeah.
A disappearing act was the first thing Dad ever taught me.
And for my final trick, smash it rolls.
Oh.
Witches.
Oh, no more witches. She said no more witches. Cut her in half.
Ain't no way.
And that's our show, ladies and germs.
Oh my god, no, Hey, okay. Oh, you gonna talk about that then?
Yeah.
To die for.
Analyzing this
Wow.
matchup was like walking on a tightrope. It could fall either way at
Yeah.
any point.
Because at the end of the day, both these ladies could do basically anything with their magic. All they had to do was think and shit would happen. They were totally even. At her peak, Wanda was able to threaten the stability of all creation.
And at Zatanna's best, she was able to hold back Prolaya, who could do the exact same thing. And despite some differences, the omniversal cosmologies of Marvel and DC Comics are roughly equivalent in size and scope.
Yeah,
All that
they're
was left for us to
copying
look
each
at was their weaknesses.
While both were as powerful as one another, Wanda needed to tap into the life force to reach that pinnacle, and doing so threatened her sanity.
Let's take a closer look at the events surrounding House of M, where Wanda's powers were at their maximum.
Despite admitting that she was way stronger, Doctor Strange managed to get the best of Wanda with a cool head and a spell that briefly knocked her out cold.
His wits against her mental instability were enough to turn the tide.
To be clear, this instability definitely wouldn't affect her power. She was still strong enough to create a completely new alternate reality and then erase it just as easily. What it would do is leave her open.
Also, take her No More Mutant spell. As insanely powerful as it was to affect the whole of Marvel's creation, it wasn't entirely successful. There was still a tiny portion of Earth's mutant population left unaffected, likely due to interference from Strange and Emma Frost.
Against Zatanna, who was just as strong and not losing her mind, she wouldn't be able to afford that kind of lapse, even for an instant.
On the other hand, Zatanna has managed to maintain her willpower fighting foes just as strong as the Scarlet Witch, so she didn't have the same kind of exploitable weakness.
And remember, she doesn't actually need to say her spells backwards.
It helps with her concentration,
chooses
but
to.
all her
Yeah.
spells come from her mental impulses, just like Wanda. She's consistently pulled off non-verbal spells in the past, even against beings as strong as Prolaya.
In the end, Z definitely had
I mean, I like both,
experience
so, hey.
fighting
Yeah.
smart and keeping on her toes to hang with Wanda long enough to get in a finishing blow.
While there were definitely versions of this battle that could have ended with Wanda victorious, Zatanna's cooler head and effortless magic allowed her to prevail.
I guess you could say Wanda never saw it
Some
coming.
stands are gonna be
And
upset.
Zatanna-
I know. That's what I'm thinking right
know.
now.
The winner
Some
is
stands gonna be
Zatanna.
like,
No.
wait, that's gonna happen.
Oh,
You know.
So that right there, like, I was so surprised that Scarlet Witch lost. I ain't gonna lie, cause
I honestly didn't know who's gonna win because both of them look like it. Because I'm like Zatanna, like basically she has to just believe that she could do it and she will, and that's a powerful power. So she's not shaken up, and you know she's not gonna be shaken up as easily as Scarlet Witch is, and it's like she could win too.
she could win too. It's a tough battle. I'm just surprised. Yeah, it's a tough battle on both ends. It's like they are both very powerful. Now I'm gonna get more into Zatanna now because now I'm like, okay.
I wish they would show her more in like DC.
Yeah, I think they in the Young Justice season 3, which we still have to watch. I think she had a
she
arc.
Was there. I saw her in the Justice League show as well.
Yeah.
But they need to show her more.
They need to show DC need to show more characters.
Like,
I ain't gonna lie.
her,
like Marvel shows
Fate,
a lot more of their like sub characters than DC. Like it's usually just Superman, Batman all the time.
Superman and Batman.
All day long. All day long. That's all
and
you get.
Wonder Woman and Mr. Martian.
Martian Manhunter,
yeah. Shit.
He's Mr. Martian. Hey, same thing. We get it.
You know who I meant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, guys, comment below. Let's
don't forget to like,
subscribe.
share,
Just more.
This.